Hello and welcome back to Know How Academy. This is Coach Junaid. Would you not be happy if an interviewer tells you in advance that they are going to ask you so and so questions in the interview so that you can prepare well? Of course you would be happy because you will be able to prepare well and you can attend the interview with much confidence, correct? So what if I tell you that this is actually possible? There is a way to find out what question is interviewer going to ask you in the interview, and in this video I am going to share that way with you, and we are going to discuss following points in today's video. The first one is, what do you need to find out the possible interview questions, how to find out what kind of technical or direct questions that interviewer is going to ask you, and also what kind of HR or behavioral questions that interviewer is going to ask you. So let's talk about what do you need to find out the possible interview questions. So there is one document which is very important in any job interview, and that document is called a job description. A job description is something that is shared by the employers, by the interviewers, by the recruiters before going to conduct their interviews. And in a job description, what they do, they share their requirements, like what are the job responsibilities that you need to perform, what should be the qualifications or skills that are required to perform that particular job. So with the help of a job description, you can find out the possible interview questions. So what I'm going to do is, today I'm going to share a sample job description of Power BI, and we will see how you can get the possible questions out of that job description. So here is a sample job description of Power BI role, as you can see on the screen. So these are the responsibilities and these are the qualifications required for this particular job. So what you need to do is, first you need to go through the entire job descriptions, go through each and every statement of this job description and analyze it, understand it well, and try to fetch the keywords from this particular job description. And based on those keywords, we will try to create a few questions based on this particular job description. So let's say the first statement says that design and develop Power BI reports and dashboards to meet business requirement. You need to understand that each and every statement of this particular job description or of any job description is a potential question. So if this is the statement that design and develop Power BI reports and dashboards to meet business requirements, then what can be a question on this particular statement? So the questions may be, do you have experience to develop Power BI reports and dashboards that meet specific business requirement? Now let's go through the second statement, which says create data models and implement ETL process for effective data analysis. So based on this particular statement, this can be the questions that can be asked to you in the interview. What is your approach for effective data analysis and how do you do data modeling? Now let's go through the third statement, collaborate with cross-functional teams to understand data needs and provide insights. So this particular statement is talking about your collaboration skills. So this can be an HR or behavioral question because it's asking about your collaboration skills. So let's say, what can be a question based on this particular statement? Have you ever collaborated with a cross-functional team while working on a Power BI project, and how did you effectively communicate with them? So this is how a question can be made based on this particular statement. Now let's see the fourth statement, optimize and troubleshoot existing Power BI solutions for performance improvement. So here is a possible question, a potential question. Can you work on existing Power BI solution to improve its performance? Now let's go through the next statement, the next responsibility. Stay updated on industry trends and emerging Power BI features. So here is a possible question for that. How do you stay updated on latest Power BI features? The next job responsibility is ensure data security in compliance with company standards. Here it can be a question. How do you ensure the data security in compliance with the company standard? The next statement under the responsibilities is conduct training sessions to educate end users on Power BI uses. Now this can be a HR and behavioral question because it's talking about your training or educating skill or maybe your communication skills. And here is a question for that. Have you ever trained and educated end users about how to use Power BI reports? So we have covered all this statement, all the points of the job responsibilities. Now let us go through the qualification section. So bachelor's degree in computer science, information technology or related field. So here it is not compulsory that you need to have this bachelor's degree in computer science or information technology, because you can also go for some certification or diploma course after doing your graduation in any stream. So this is not a compulsory or mandatory thing, but it is better if you have this qualification, if you have this particular degree. Proven experience as a Power BI developer or similar role. So yes, you need to have an experience for Power BI developer role or a similar role. You can understand one thing, that this job is not for the freshers. They at least require some experience in Power BI or similar role. Strong proficiency in Power BI, desktop and service, SQL and data modeling. So if you look at here, they have used this particular term SQL. Okay, so you can expect there would be a question based on the SQL, this particular term. And the question may be, have you got experience to work on SQL server? Because they have used this in their job requirements, in their job responsibility, in the job description. So you need to prepare for this particular term as well. Next statement is excellent analytical and problem solving skills. So this can be again an HR or behavioral question, because they are asking about your analytical and problem solving skills. So here is what they can ask you based on this particular point. What problems did you face while working on a Power BI project or with any of the team member or stakeholder, and how did you solve that? So in this particular question, they are trying to evaluate your problem solving skills and also your conflict resolution skills. The next statement is effective communication and collaboration abilities. So we have already covered a question based on that. And the last point in qualification section is familiarity with ETL process and data visualization best practices. So here is a possible question based on this particular requirement. How skilled you are in data visualizations, or how do you work on ETL process, or what is your approach for ETL process? So here is the way, with the help of a job description, you can find out the possible interview questions, and for that you need to go through the entire job description. You need to understand it, you need to analyze it, you need to fetch the important keywords from that particular job description, and based on those keywords, based on those points, the requirements, you can anticipate what kind of questions they might ask you. And there is 100% possibility that most of the questions that you are going to face in your interview will be based on this job description, because it is shared by the employers themselves, because that is what they are looking for in an ideal candidate. So in this video, we discuss about how to find out the possible interview questions. In the next video, I'm going to explain how can you answer these particular questions, how can you answer the Power BI developer questions in your interview. Thank you for choosing Know How Academy as your source for job interview preparation. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.